This is the Weighing In podcast with Rick and Gina. This podcast is a collaboration between Empower Weight Loss and Lifestyle Coaching and Next Step Lifestyle Coaching. In this episode, we answer some tough questions and take a real stand on different areas of health and weight management. It's what behavioral psychologists might refer to as a forced choice exercise, but we lovingly call it the State Your Case game. It's chocolate or vanilla and a whole lot more, as State Your Case is coming up next.
Okay, so do you want to start? Do I want to start?
No, you have to start because I think you already have a few on your paper there. So you start.
I do. Now, let me just say, I think you had
another... Bad that I'm sweating? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, good. I want to see beads of sweat on the forehead. Okay, so the classic, the iconic question. So I don't think we have to spend a ton of time on it. Okay. But you can't have a round of State Your Case without asking the perennial favorite, chocolate or vanilla.
I knew it. I knew that was going to be your first one. I knew it.
They get much more interesting after that. But I'm going to hear what you have to say. I'm going to state my case. And you can't invoke the Sophie's Choice clause here. You have to state your case. You have to pick one and go with it, okay? Okay. All right. And then the last thing I'll say is at the end, after our podcast ends, if people stay on and listen or watch, I'm going to play a clip from one of the biggest Facebook Live you and I have participated in. We have 12 program members, and we did a round of State Your Case, and there was a member, Greg, who did the definitive stating of the case for, we won't even say which one, chocolate or vanilla. And I have to say, he swayed some minds with the research he did and his presentation. So,
very good.
Gina, are you ready to state your case?
Oh, I go first?
I'm going to ask you, chocolate or vanilla, state your case.
Okay, so I can't give a one answer. I have to give a little background.
And the qualifiers are already starting, folks. Okay, keep going.
So, when I did the town hall, I was a chocolate.
Oh my God, you've changed your mind?
I have. Wow. So that's a little weird.
No, that's very good. That's cognitive flexibility in action.
Oh, does that mean I'm like intelligent or something?
It's very scientific. When new data comes in, change your mind.
So I don't know, maybe Greg swayed me. Oh.
That's possible. No, possibly.
But no, I mean, listen, I love chocolate. And chocolate is my thing, and I'm always looking for chocolate low calorie options in my world of tracking calories. But something happened that all of a sudden vanilla started to become my jam. And I think the reason why, and so I'm going to give a little recipe, is because I absolutely adore the vanilla pudding with the yogurt. Although you could do it with chocolate, I don't know. It's just so good with the vanilla. It tastes like cheesecake to me. When you mix a low calorie Greek yogurt, I use the Chobani zero
sugar. Let's get that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that I use, but that's usually what I use. And I mix it with the 70 vanilla or a vanilla pudding shake that can be made to shaker pudding. And then I add like things to it because I have all these things I add to it. But even if you didn't, if you just mixed it, no water, oh, that's a whole nother debate.
Team Rick or Team Barbara, yes.
Right.
Cue up episode, is it 9, whatever, in our podcast. We've covered this ground. Keep going.
But I think that's what turned me, was that particular recipe. Turned me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to say vanilla.
Yes.
With a lot of qualifying statements there to go along with it.
I got it. So I like that. It turned you like into a vampire or a werewolf. It turned you. When the moon is high. So I hate to say this, but in hindsight, I need to re-listen to the town hall episode from 2020. I think I may have also picked chocolate then. And now I'm with you on vanilla.
That's so funny.
And my argument is the versatility of it, even though I surprisingly really do enjoy some of the dark berries and cherries, blueberry in the chocolate. Blend it, love it. Love it. It's great. But the vanilla is tremendous. I know if I get soft serve ice cream, I will just get all vanilla. And I have to say, this works out well because I just did this last night. So I've been saying to all of our members, it's like I'm in pursuit of the perfect ninja creamy vanilla. Like, what are the perfect components to make it? So you need some sort of a thickening agent. So I just use cheesecake, sugar-free, fat-free Jello instant pudding powder.
Yep.
I'll use the HMR 120. In almost every shake I do, it's the sugar-free vanilla syrups. Right now I have a bunch of Da Vinci Gourmets. It could be Skinny Girl, whatever. I will throw an equal in there. I do like the sweet. And then once in a while, I will throw in a little of the guar gum mixture. Xanthan gum, guar gum mixed together, 2-to-1 ratio.
It's quite a
Super thick.
science experiment.
But here is what had me last night having the creamy. I literally took it up to my wife and said, "You must taste this." You ready? Linda has been championing this in our Facebook page. After the first spin, you just drill a hole. You could do it with a knife, your finger, whatever. Pour a little more of the sugar or whatever flavorings or whatever. But for me, it was the sugar-free syrup, the vanilla syrup. Absolutely unbelievable. So anyway, a good vanilla is amazing. So I am going with the vanilla for the versatility of it, the pureness of it when you get a good one. And quite honestly, you can make a good chocolate with a good vanilla by just adding baking powder.
Yeah.
Good quality chocolate baking powder.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely 100%. That's a really good point. If you have vanilla, you add chocolate cocoa powder, and it is chocolate all of a sudden.
Well, through the
it is a
years,
good base. It's very versatile.
yeah. Through the years, Larry always used to say two things. So Larry, for anyone who hasn't been listening, founder of HMR, mentor to many of us for many years, he used to say, if you can make a good vanilla, you can make good anything, number one. But the other one was, if someone had run out of product, they don't have any chocolate left. I was always struck by, it wasn't dismissive, but there was a little undertone of hand waving. He said, just add baking powder to the vanilla.
Right,
And
right.
he's exactly right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. It is a hack. It's a good little hack. So one thing I'll say that's good, just to, me, I always love a takeaway. These are great little recipe ideas, whether you're vanilla or chocolate, and you guys can decide out there as you're listening, as you're walking and listening or whatever, am I more vanilla or chocolate? But either way, these are good little recipes. You got the creamy, we got the vanilla with the yogurt, which is a fan favorite. So many people love it, with or without water. You can decide. But it's important to have those recipes that are so useful in your planning so that you can look forward to something sweet that you love. That creamy. I mean, I bet you look forward to that. Like, delicious.
We were at a tennis tournament this weekend. So exhausted and everything. And then just last night, it was hot, hot weather. And it was and it takes forever to eat it. So anyway, we've said this before, but just in case anyone stumbled upon this episode, in the published research on dietary interventions for weight loss, at the top of the list still are the all shake plans. So we don't have all shake plans per se, what you may with some medical supervision, but using shakes as a strategy to help you manage calories, there is nothing that is more effective than high volume shakes in their myriad forms. We've just reviewed a few different kinds here. While you're trying to make other healthy choices as well. They fill you up, they taste great, and they just separate you from old, overpracticed patterns of behavior around food that aren't helpful.
And they reduce decisions. Just
Big
easier.
time. Yes.
It's just easier. So why does it have to be hard? It doesn't have to be hard.
Yes.
So let it be easy.
All right, so it's a good thing actually that we both chose vanilla, and the reason is not that I'm giving up the ghost here, but if you stay on at the end and you hear Greg's endorsement, you and I need we need as much help as we can to offset his arguments. Okay, enough of that.
It may have been him who turned me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, you ready for another round of State Your Case?
I am. Bring it on.
If you have to invoke the Sophie's Choice clause here, I understand. You ready? So for those of you listening, if you were co-hosting with us, what would your answer to this be? Gina, Vegetables or fruits? State your case. I should
Well,
cue
this is,
up the Jeopardy music.
I know, right? We should have that. So I'm going to say vegetables. That's going to be my first answer. You know how they say, like, go with your first answer. But I have a little qualifying statement with this one too.
No, qualifiers. Wow.
So I've always loved vegetables because I'm a volume eater, which means I like to eat a lot, despite what people might think. And I can eat a lot of vegetables for very few calories, so there's no guilt. And I love that. It's like a win for me. However, lately I have been just loving fruit.
Mhm.
So, but I'm going to go with vegetables.
Yes, well, you actually didn't have a choice. Once you state your first choice, you're not actually allowed to revoke it in this game.
Oh, okay. Is that how that the
I
rules?
forgot to tell you that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
This is tough. Like, you don't take any prisoners. Woo!
Here's my thinking on this. So I'm also on Team Vegetable. And this does not in any way mean that option B, fruits, that they're not great. They're great. They're
Awesome.
fabulous, right? It's more if you had to make a choice. So I go with Team Veggies for several of the same reasons that you just gave. The versatility, they go with my meals. They allow me to have meals, even if like a portion of the meal is not the healthiest choice. The whole meal, the calorie load of the whole meal can still be low because the vegetables drag the calories down per bite on average. Yeah.
Absolutely 100%.
Big time, big time, big time. So yeah, Team Vegetable for me. I can live with. I love fruit in my shakes. Love it, love it, love it. But I can live with fruit.
That should be another one.
Oh, smoothie or wow. Well, I mean, I think we're the ones making the rules here. So hold on, let's revisit that in a second.
Okay.
In terms of surviving my life, I can live without fruit in my shakes. I don't like it. It's a huge area of enjoyment, but I can't live with vegetables not in my meals. I can't.
No, I can't either.
I
I would never be full.
I would instantly start gaining weight.
Me too. And
Instantly.
I would just never be full. Can I give an example of when my life turned around with vegetables? So this is, just all the wonderful training that we both received through HMR. But I love pasta. That's another one, sweet or savory, but we'll get to that. I could eat 4 pounds of freaking pasta, like left to my own devices. And so, pasta's 200 calories a cup, cooked-ish. I could eat 4 cups of pasta, no problem. So that's 800 calories. I learned very quickly in all my training that, well, what if you had 1 cup of pasta and 3 cups of veggies with it? Now it's still 4 cups of food, but it's significantly lower in calories. Plus you're adding fiber and diversity and all the phytonutrients and from the vegetables. And I will never forget learning that. I thought, well, that makes so much sense.
And you're still eating pasta.
And you're still eating pasta.
You're not eating as much pasta because some of it's been displaced by the veggies, but you're still eating pasta.
Right.
Yeah, I remember a series of slides that we used to do. We showed a meatball and spaghetti plate, red sauce. Okay, not the worst choice, but it was 1,200 calories.
Yeah.
Every cup of veggies that you added and then removed that much of the spaghetti meatballs saved 200 calories. So by the end, it was a big plate. By the end, we went all the way to 3 cups of veggies added to the plate. You still had like half the plate with spaghetti and meatballs, but you had displaced 600 calories. But the weight of the food, the volume, it was all identical.
Yeah. So I think for that reason too, I love that. I love that. I can eat a lot.
Me too.
And it's good for me. And the fiber, let's not forget our friend fiber. Unsung hero in the nutrient world, in my opinion.
Yes.
But yeah, lots
Hey,
of
not for nothing. I mean, we've both missed a pretty big point here. And we've made the point in previous podcasts that tastes are learned. Aren't there forget the calories, forget the nutrition. At this point, aren't there just a whole bunch of vegetables, throw fruits in there too, that if suddenly they went extinct, there'd be a huge gap in your diet. I mean, I'd need therapy if broccoli went. I'm not even kidding. I would be so bummed out if there
Mhm.
was no more broccoli on the planet.
Well, and let's not forget that that's how we're supposed to eat. I
Right.
mean,
That's right.
you're supposed to eat that food.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, back in the caveman day, I don't think they had, Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and all this processed food.
Right.
They had fruits and vegetables that they grew, and they also didn't have the rate of cancer that we have and obesity that we have and all of that.
Don't forget diabetes.
Yes.
Don't forget cognitive decline. Leafy green vegetables,
Oh, I
number one food
know.
you can eat to prevent or lower risk of cognitive decline.
Yeah.
All right, so you started to get ugly a moment ago. Let's come back to it. You threw it out there. Blended shakes. I mean, we're always a yes on that, but with fruit or without?
With that.
This one, I'm getting close to invoking the clause here. But go ahead, state your.
Am I irritating you now?
I'm not quite irritated. I'm a
Well,
little uncomfortable.
I'm going to state my case. Let me
Yeah.
state my case.
Go-
Okay,
state your case.
here's my case. I think that fruit tastes so good in its natural form. I enjoy eating it and chewing it. When you put it in a shake, although it is delicious and it does make a shake very creamy and smooth and thick, I feel as if I lose out on that mouthfeel of actually eating the banana. And by the way, when you mix anything with a banana, everything tastes like banana. That's my, that's my other reason.
Meanwhile, I've got a banana strawberry. I have bananas in here, strawberries for all frozen, and then it's the strawberry HMR shake.
Mm.
Got to say, I can taste the banana. It's pretty strong. It's to your point.
This is my point. So outside of the fact that it's pink from the strawberries, you really don't taste the strawberries. You taste the banana.
I just took a swig. I really not sure I taste the strawberries, even though it's the strawberry shake. Yeah, but I love banana, so that's not a problem.
But don't you enjoy eating the banana?
I do.
You
In
just
fact,
like
I torture my daughter. I will take a bite of the banana and go really close to her ear and chew it, and it's a terrible sound. Terrible.
it's
Terrible.
awful.
Oh,
Well,
she almost screams when I do. It's so aversive.
yeah.
But I digress.
But
So
I have a question for you. Would you ever share a banana with someone that you're eating? See, to me, that's not a shareable food item.
oh, see, to me they're in such abundance. We buy ridiculous, and they always go brown. But you know the strategy.
Freeze
Right.
them. You
You
freeze them for your
peel them, freeze
your
them, and put 'em-
smoothies.
Yes, yeah. I'll get you to put fruit in your smoothie before we're done.
No, Nancy made me do it once in a class. She
In class.
not
Wow.
in the class, but as my homework.
Oh, I was gonna say it's like one step removed from the dunce cap in the corner.
Setting goals in the class, and I was convinced I didn't like mango, and everyone's like, "You don't like mango? You got to have it in a smoothie." And I thought, "All right, fine." So off I went to Trader Joe's, and I bought my frozen mango, and I put it in my shake, and I had a banana. No, I didn't have a banana because I wanted to taste mango. That's right, I didn't, and it was very, very good. And now I eat mango. So there you go, Nancy. Thank you.
Wow,
Here's-
Nancy, the effect's still being seen. So here's a forced choice for you. Gina doesn't eat mango. She's nuts or misguided. Choose. State your case. No, only
No, I do now. I didn't before. I was convinced I hated watermelon and that I hated mango. I don't know, like something happened in my youth. I don't.
clearly. By the
But
way,
no, I love
mango,
them both.
best thickener fruit of all time. Mango.
Really.
Yeah. If you want a thick shake where you either need a very wide straw, which I'm a fan of, or you need a spoon sometimes if you put enough mango in there. One other point about the vegetables though. So, I lost it.
You want to hear a study I heard while you're thinking
Yeah,
about
go.
fiber? So this study was done on a large group of people. I don't have all the details in front of me. I'm trying to remember from my memory across the United States. And they found that for every 1,000 calories that people eat a day, if they had 1 gram of fiber, just one stinking little gram of fiber, it would reduce your biological age at a cellular level by 6 months. So if you upped it to 10, which is well below what's recommended anyway, it adds about 5 years to your life. So you cannot knock the benefit of the fiber that comes in the fruits and the vegetables.
Fiber, nothing surprises me because historically, again, contractually obligated to talk about the historical view.
Yes,
We
you are.
used to do insane amounts of way over 100 grams. We ate tubers, roots, gathered foods. It's not, you couldn't, there was nothing that didn't have fiber unless you were lucky enough to kill the animal, which was hard to do, right? Fiber was in everything. Yeah, so that doesn't surprise me. When you start to put back into our bodies these evolutionarily appropriate levels of things like fiber, I mean, you could pick lots of nutrients probably.
I wish people ate more beans. Beans are a good one because they're fiber, they're protein, and they're cheap. Like, it's weird. People don't eat beans in the United States, but they're available. Just get them in a can, rinse them off, and put them in a salad.
Well, you're talking to the converted on that one. I buy beans at Walmart. Sorry, Joyce, who gives me grief because I'm always talking about getting things at Walmart. She thinks I'm very lowbrow in my shopping habits. I do go to Wegmans, Joyce. Give me a break. So I buy 12 cans of the black beans. I just buy the whole pallet every time I go. Always. Always.
Wow, you got me beat.
I do that with green beans too, because the beans do have more calories. So I kind of counter it with the green beans at whatever, 50, 60 a can. So, but you've got the protein, you've got the fiber, you've got the starchy mouthfeel. I like black beans. They're my favorite.
Yeah. Black beans, garbanzos, and lentils are my
Okay, so back to the forced choice here. So did you, after all of that talking, did you even state, like definitively, that you are on team?
What are you saying? I'm a good talker. I can give you the runaround.
Yeah, we were both talking.
I am actually. No, I said vegetables.
No, we're back.
Oh.
We're on to see, you confused yourself. We're on to the shakes with or without fruit.
No, without.
Without. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. It may not make for good radio here, but I think I am too, even though there would be a massive gap in my life without the fruit in my shakes. I find I play a game with my shakes a lot. And I will just refer to my good friend, former member Gary from Texas, who was in the box, not losing weight. It didn't make any sense. And then we just looked at with more precision how he was preparing things. He was taking our weight loss shakes and concocting them to 500 plus calories per shake.
Can do that.
3 fruits, unmeasured powder, additional powder, PB2, never a tablespoon, let alone a level tablespoon. Just pour in the PB. So 500. So we figured that out, and it was an epiphany for him. And he was very humble. He was like, wow, I didn't know. Because, more is better is very intoxicating. Just lean into saying yes to everything that's on the list. So we got his shakes down to under 300. I think closer even to 2. He was still adding some fruit, being careful with his measures, more ice, more non-caloric flavorings, blending. They were still just as big, but he was saving, close to 300 calories per shake.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's great. So anyway,
I think that's the other reason that I like, because when you make a shake and you blend in the 200 calories of fruit, then it's all at once. Like I like to spread it out over the day.
yes.
So if I've had my shake, then I have my banana. Like it's like more eating episodes throughout the day, and it carries me further. Do you know what I'm saying? Rather than doing it all at once.
Yeah. So for me, big check, putting the fruit in the shakes. The check on the one side of the scales of balance is nutrition. Now my shakes have all of these phytochemicals, thousands of them. Yep. So big check there. Flavors, more variety, more taste, texture even. But on the other arm of the scale, and this one carries more weight for me, is that I'm obsessed with coming up with the lowest possible shake that still tastes absolutely great. Because to me, I'm a slave to efficiency and productivity. And if I can, on the few calories, get 3-4 hours of not eating without adding the extra 100 or 200 calories, that actually trumps all for me. Even the nutrition, because to be honest, I feel like I have a nutritious diet. I don't think that, I have a gap if I'm not putting fruit in my shakes.
Right.
And I can come up with enough different flavor shakes through all of our other strategies without the fruit in them, that I can get the low-cal and still get the flavor and whatnot.
Yeah. Another great tool for
Yep.
weight management. Like you said at the beginning, shakes.
Big, big, big.
Shakes, shakes.
All right. So should we switch over to, well, I did want to add, we'll be real quick on this one. Okay. And this one's not just purely for fun. We'll make some calorie points real quick, but this one divides people. And I can't for the life of me understand how they choose the one that I don't like. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Gina?
I don't know where you're going with this.
I know you don't. State your case. Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Oh gosh. Easy. Easy. Dark.
Oh, you're so wrong.
No, I'm so
Oh
wrong.
my God, you're so wrong.
Listen, listen, I'm not going to spend the calories unless it's worth it to me. And I actually think it tastes better. Milk
Bitter.
chocolate is so sweet. It's too sweet. I do like, but here's the thing. I love very strong, rich coffee as well. Jeff and I, my husband and I fight about this all the time. He likes the breakfast blend. And I like this, the Italian roast. You know what I mean? So we have separate coffee.
Is this too confronting? During those early formative years when obviously there was a watermelon and mango incident, was there a Hershey bar involved as well?
There may have been. I was smothered.
I am milk chocolate 7 days. I have often said, is that milk chocolate? No, it's dark. I said, I'm good. I won't even eat it. Swear to God. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm all dark. I love the bitter. I love the richness of it. It has to be really good dark chocolate, though.
Yeah, well, that's what
There are some fakers out there. I don't like them.
my brother Kurt is on the dark, and you know Kurt. He looks exactly
go,
like
Kurt.
me. He's like a twin, and yet he
Yeah.
likes the dark. So just practically speaking, whether it's milk or dark, it's 150 calories per ounce.
Exactly.
And that can be a real problem. It's also, we're going to be presenting this in the upcoming weeks. The two classic studies, you may remember them, where people were voted on what the most quote unquote addictive foods were. And the lists are remarkably similar in two different surveys, but chocolate made the list in both of them.
Yeah, no doubt. But at least with the dark chocolate,
Here it comes.
same calorie. Here it comes. You're getting some health benefits. There's
I
studies.
knew you were going to do the antioxidant gambit.
Yes.
Oh,
And less sugar.
my baked Lay's potato chips are clean. They're non-GMO. They're all natural.
I don't know if it's quite the same.
No, you're right. I'm doing false equivalence on that one.
State your case.
Okay, so all right, let's switch over to PA.
Okay.
I really don't know your answer on this one.
Okay.
This was the first one as I was thinking about this podcast days ago. This was the first one that I thought of. So this is a version of PA outside in the cold or inside on a treadmill, but let me make it much more interesting. PA, state your case.
Okay.
High-end ski lodge in snowy Aspen or gorgeous Caribbean resort.
Oh, God.
From a PA perspective.
So like walking the beach.
No, everyone does something different. There's certainly walking the beach. There's running the beach. There's the gym in both places. There's outdoor. There's the whole thing. So I thought long and hard about this, and I have an answer.
Stuffy.
So let me repeat it. Folks, state your case with PA. 3-day high-end ski lodge in snowy Aspen or gorgeous Caribbean resort. And by the way, this was inspired by program member Matt, who is our data guy. After losing 50 pounds, he did just a murderer's row of high-end ski resorts. He did Aspen, Vail, Park City, Utah, and I'm forgetting the fourth one. Another one that you'd recognize. So anyway, that's why I'm dedicating this particular state your case to Matt. Okay. So PA, the snowy conditions, the gorgeous romantic ski lodge, you've got the gym, you've got skiing, you've got outdoor whatever, whether it's snowshoeing or walking or whatnot, or the gorgeous Caribbean resort with all of its amenities, and obviously the locale speaks for itself.
I'm going with the warm Caribbean resort.
Okay, fine. State your
And
case.
you know why? Because I hate to be cold. And as I get older, I hate to be cold even more. And I don't mind being hot. I like heat. I love being warm. I love being outside and being warm. I mean, you could be outside in a ski mountain, but you're freezing and you're all bundled up and there's so many clothes and so many things. And no, I'm going, I can walk the beach. I can play, tennis outside, pickleball. I can, take a nice long stroll. And I know definitely the Caribbean resort. Although I do love to ski, but if I had to pick, I'm picking the Caribbean resort. Does that surprise you?
I really didn't know what you were going to say. I wouldn't have been surprised either way. This
Can
is,
I guess what you're gonna guess? Can I
yeah,
guess what you're gonna say? Let me see if I know you. Oh, see, it's tough. You could go either way, Rick. I'm gonna go with the Caribbean resort.
well, I'll tell you, you dropped pickleball there. It was almost like you were blatantly flirting with me during the podcast. That one started to sway me. And for the first 40 years of my life, it was Caribbean 7 days a week. Maybe it's because I've been to nice resorts
Mhm.
in warm weather climates a lot. I will say it's hard to beat walks on the beach, long walks on the beach, period. Very tough to beat that. But I have a lot of memories of being in a gym to get
Mm.
some higher intensity. I'm not sprinting on the beach. A lot of in the gym in nice places like, yeah, well, putting in the time now so I can get back outside.
Yeah.
I don't have that if I'm in a high-end gym in a snowy area. I love and don't get enough of things like snowboarding, something I would have loved to have done more of in my
Yeah.
life. Another
Never
shout
done
out
it.
to that. Uh,
Never done it.
I was a skier a little bit in my life, and then we went out on one trip to Park City, Utah, and I was like, my skateboarding skills helped me out from when I
Yeah.
was young. It was incredible. But to me, the location, I like bundling up and going for long walks. I like bundling up and running in terrible weather. I love snow. If it's a blizzard, I'll go out in it.
I
You know,
watched that video you made with all the gear you have. I
yes,
watched
that.
it.
Well, this was sort of a test to see if you'd watched that. I would have thought you
I
would guess
did.
correctly.
That's why I was torn because I remembered the video and I was like, he has all the gear. He seems to oddly like it.
Yes. But if
Yeah.
you had said pickleball and tennis, I might have had to declare Sophie's choice.
I did that
Right,
on
right.
purpose. I knew the pickleball would would,
Yes,
would
very,
get you.
very persuasive. Oh, very persuasive. Okay, so that's an interesting one. I think a lot of people will be divided on that because I think a lot of people don't love being in the inescapable heat sometimes. So we shall see what people say. Of course,
I have one for PA.
yeah, go. I'm
Take
ready.
us too long on this one. Morning, first thing in the morning or nighttime? PA. Exercise. PA is physical activity, exercise. State your case.
Thank you. Um, this is one that has changed. Now, this is also an interesting one because there's if you look at it, because I thought of this exact question and why I started to look at it from a few different sides. One is in a perfect world where your time is your own, you're well rested. Hell, let's throw in you don't have kids. Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, let me get up. I'll have a cup of coffee. I'll work out. There's no replacement for starting your day like that. And I used to start my day like that a lot, but I used to get up really, really early.
Yeah.
But it's changed. It's changed. I went through a period of time where it was harder to do it in the morning, and I used to, and this happened for some time before I recognized the pattern. Oh, I'll work out tonight, and it'll be a great workout. And sometimes the workout didn't happen because the day gets ahead of you. So I recognized that pattern, but now I've cracked the code and I work out
Crack the code.
usually on the weekdays later in the day. And I've got it figured out how to do that. My morning time with the coffee and my brain is firing on all cylinders. That's my creative time. And I try to devote those hours to that. Though, to be honest, if I pulled the book Spark off my shelf here, the author, John Rady, says, don't tell your kids to finish their homework and then go out and exercise. It's all wrong. Go exercise, then do your homework, and your brain is primed to do a better job on the homework. So I'm kind of contradicting that with what I've landed on, but you got to kind of do what works for you.
It works for you and your lifestyle. Right.
So now you can tell us, because this was your whole motivation in asking this question, how you get up at 3 a.m. and are in the gym by 4 a.m.
No, that's my husband. Um, no, but I am definitely morning for the reason that I am definitely a morning person versus a night person. So that's makes it a little easier. But I could stay and read, I could drink my coffee all the live long morning and just, read my emails or do a million things, fold the laundry. I mean, whatever. There's a list this long of things that need to be done. But what I find is when I exercise in the morning, I am far more productive in every other aspect of my day and in my life.
Yeah.
It gets my juices flowing, it gets my brain going, I feel motivated, I'm very chatty. I just like all the things, like everything's like you said, firing. And and I like that feeling. So I'm slightly addicted to that feeling, I think. And then it has become my routine. So like anything, the more you do it, the more it becomes part of your day-to-day agenda routine. And it's not always easy to go, but it is easier because those habits are there. So morning all the way. I have had it where I had to do it in the evening because of scheduling and I wanted to work out. I say my body just doesn't move at 5:30 at night the way it moves.
Mm,
It's 6:45 a.m. or 8 a.m. Interestingly.
yeah.
I don't know
So
if I'm
as
picking that up.
hearing you, very compelling. As you cite those reasons, because obviously there are times when I work out in the morning, at weekends. You're totally right. It changes your entire day. You want to know the biggest difference for me mentally?
Hmm.
So, everyone has their version of my to-do list,
Oh
right?
God, don't we
Cue,
all?
cue up Marla's emails.
Yeah, yeah.
Say no more.
Marla, if you're listening.
Marla, yes, you'll always have emails, Marla, um,
Mm,
as we all will.
yeah,
So there's a sense of when you think of your to-do list, which, by the way, who has authored the to-do list mostly? Right? You
right.
have, right? It's
Of
your list.
course.
You
Yeah.
created your own suffering. So you get the to-do list, and it's like this sense of almost like overwhelm, like, where do I start? So when I work out earlier in the day, I may be changing literally mid-podcast on my routine here. That list, it's just not overwhelming anymore. It's just this feeling of is mastery of my schedule overstating it? It's
No.
just a sense of like, I got this. I got this. Exercise is the only thing that really does it that much like a flip the switch.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it feels, I mean, and it feels like something's been injected into me to like give me like, vroom, like it's
Mm.
you know, and it kind of brings me through the day. It gets me going.
Can you just for a second, for anyone who's maybe listening here and exercise is not one of their big skill sets, whether they're
Mm.
just starting, whether they've got some challenges or whatnot, how little do you really need to do to actually still gain some of this positive makeup in the mind? Doesn't take that much.
No, I mean, for some people, just get to the gym or get, your sneakers on and walk 5 minutes around the block or, just get going. That's the beginning point for anybody who struggles with moving their body with intention. That's what I could say. Move your body with purpose every day.
Yes, yes, yes.
And don't forget gardening and don't forget and what a beautiful way. I mean, I'm really sort of discovering and I think this is why I probably picked the Caribbean spot too, is it's just being outside and how important that is to me. Because I do go to the gym and I do go to yoga and that's great. But to be outside, like so gardening or yard work and to just take a second and just look at like what you're doing rather than have it be a chore, yes, you're moving your body. Yes, it's movement with intention and purpose, and you're in nature. The sun is on you, you're getting the vitamin D, and it's just you can't beat being outside, walking in the forest, or not that I do that, but people do,
I
you know.
agree. I will say that just not having a ceiling over my head, there's something about that. But even if I leave my normal environment here, which you kind of get habituated to, and just go to the gym, it's a higher ceiling. And even that makes a difference for me because it's a
Mhm,
change of environment. So
mhm.
for people who aren't
Right.
right now, maybe not really hitting the exercise like you probably know you should be, certainly for your health. There are ways to do this and
Yeah.
starting very low and just build from there. It might take as little as 5 minutes of a walk at your own pace to
Right.
notice a difference
Right.
in the makeup of your mind.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
So we need to bail on a
Yep.
few. I have more. We'll do another version of State Your Case, but I do want to end on one.
Okay.
Okay. This one is more just, you don't need a whole lot of arguments for this. This is more of a, which one appeals to you more powerfully from an emotional perspective?
Okay.
And the reason I'm thinking about this is because in August, in our program, we're doing a whole lot. I shared some of the slides with you on aging. And
Mm,
most people have a pretty disempowered view of aging, about themselves aging. You know, just look in the mirror, how many people are like, I'm at my best right now. I mean, very few, right? So the idea that your positive lifestyle can actually slow down this process. You know, we'll all be a day older tomorrow chronologically, but biologically, metabolically, we can
totally.
we can slow this thing down to a crawl with healthy diet and a lot of exercise. So anyway, which term do you favor here? State your case. Forever young or aging gracefully?
Aging gracefully.
Do state your case.
Because you are aging. Let's not deny that. We are aging. And I think there's an acceptance that has to come with that. And so when you say aging gracefully, to me, you're accepting it, but with a lovely little word, gracefully.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. So I like the acceptance that that statement brings with it versus forever young means you're fighting something. To me, you're resisting it.
Interesting.
That's how my brain
So
works.
Gina says Bob Dylan was full of shit.
Right.
No, your point is exactly why I prefer the latter of the two, aging gracefully. It's just steeped in reality-based thinking.
Yeah.
We're aging,
Yeah.
and that's okay, because
Right.
that's how it is, right? But you can age one way, or you can age another way.
Yeah.
And
That's a good one, Rick. I like that one. I'm going to steal that from you.
please do. You might even, I know that you don't like to do this, but recommend that people listen to our podcast so they can actually hear it unfold live.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, forever young, you said it, attached in a way that's not completely empowering
Yeah.
to holding on to something that you really can't hold on to,
Right.
right? It's not the way of the world.
And
So,
it causes much more suffering. I mean, come on. There's enough of it. So,
and we can age gracefully.
yes. Look at us. I mean, come on.
Oh, excellent.
I had to throw that in there.
So practice a healthy lifestyle. That's the way to do it.
Yes.
Okay, so this was fun. This was our first pass at playing the State Your Case game. I love it. For those
We're
of
going to
you-
have to have round 2. So stay tuned, everyone.
yeah,
Round 2.
In
Oh,
fact,
and if anybody has any, please share in the email, right? Let us know what you want us to state our case on, or just one that would be a fun conversation.
the weighing in podcast at gmail.com.
Yes, please.
Please, let's hear some State Your Case options, some forced choice exercises, and we will do this again. And by the way, please stay on if you want to hear the definitive take on chocolate versus vanilla from our dear Greg.
He might just turn you.
Yes, we shall see. All right, I knew this would be fun. Thank you.
So much fun.
Really great. Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Well, so we've got chocolate, we've got vanilla. Let's hear from a couple of others. Greg, I noticed you put up chocolate. Sir,
I did.
state your case.
I'm going to do it. I'll do it fast, but I have a bunch of things to talk about here because, first of all, America loves chocolate. Do you know that 81.7% of Americans love chocolate? Number two, 268 million Americans eat chocolate every year. Okay. Number three, chocolate is an $18.3 billion, that's a B, industry. America and Americans consume 18% of the world's chocolate.
Well,
All right. Now, chocolate is the #1 ice cream flavor. It does just eke out over vanilla, but it does. It's #1. Number two, number one cake flavor, number one candy flavor. Of course, chocolate might be the reason why most of us join the program. Chocolate has neurotransmitters that actually affect our brains.
That's
And
right.
it affects both our mood and our reward pleasure center.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So it's a mood stabilizer. It reduces depression. It regulates anxiety. And dopamine, in addition to serotonin, it controls our center of the reward pleasure. It takes us back to things that make us feel great. Now, when you love someone, you don't give them a box of vanillas. You give them a box of chocolate. It's not called hot vanilla. It's called hot chocolate.
Chocolate.
Rick, what
It's
have you
not called
unleashed?
vanilla milk. It's called chocolate milk. Right?
Yes, stated.
Why do you think we use the expression plain vanilla? Lastly, and this is really important, the HMR chocolate shake is 10 calories lower than the vanilla shake.
Yeah.
160 versus 170. Now, if you have, like me, 3 chocolate shakes every day, you save 30 calories a day, 210 calories a week, 10,920 calories per year. That means by drinking chocolate versus vanilla HMR shakes, I have lost an additional 3.12 pounds over the last year. Chocolate, the gift that keeps on giving.
I love it. I love it.
I'm pretty certain I'll never drink vanilla again. Like, why would I?
That was a mic drop right there.
Oh my God.